What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt. I'm Derek, and today I'm talking about some newish horror. And by newish, I mean, I can't remember if this came out this year or if it came out at the tail end of 2024. But I am talking about Get Away, directed by Stefan Haars. God, I butchered that, and I apologize in advance. This was put out on Shudder. So I definitely made sure to check it out because, well, we'll get to it. I am going to be talking some spoilers. All right, super quick plot synopsis. A family goes on holiday to an island where they aren't really all that welcomed. So, who is in Getaway? We have Nick Frost as Richard, Aisling B as Susan, Sebastian Croft as Sam, and Maisie Ayers as Jessie. All right. So, what is good about the movie? Who does not love Nick Frost? I mean, come on. Come on. Come on. I don't even need to say that. There was one line that had me dying laughing in the movie, and it was when Nick Frost and the daughter were talking. And he was saying something like talking about like pot or something that made him freak out. And he's like, "What's your thing?" And she's like, "I like cocaine and fat dicks." Then there was a guy like watching them through security cameras, and he just that I laughed at really, really hard. I will not lie. There was Iron Maiden in the movie. It wasn't Trooper. It was Run to the Hills. But still, any Iron Maiden in a horror movie, I will definitely take it. Now, there was a plot twist towards the middle-ish, kind of, between your second and third act. That was definitely very, very much needed. And that's going to lead into my what's bad about Get Away. Because there was definitely, I had some problems with this movie. I'm not even going to lie. I didn't realize this was a horror comedy at first. And I know some of you are going to be like, well, Derek, Nick Frost is in it. Why wouldn't you think it's going to be a comedy? To that, I would then raise you number 23 with Jim Carrey. That wasn't a comedy. Just because they're in comedy movies primarily does not mean they just do comedy. But that's how dry this movie was, because I wasn't like the cocaine line. I was laughing about the rest of it. Not anything from me, like laughter wise, or I was just like, this is kind of boring. What the hell? So I'm gonna jump back to a few different things in my mind. And I'll use one movie as an example, which I know is kind of divisive because it's got its followers, but Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Ever since that movie, if a movie opens with a definition, that's a red flag in my mind. That's an uh-oh moment. Like, we're in for fucking something here. If they've got to define something for us to understand, it's more often than not, it ends bad. And if you've got a good one that starts off with a definition, drop it down below. Let's talk about it. But there was just little nitpicky things that I have. Like, so for instance, at the beginning, and when I wrote this note down, I know why they did it later in the movie. But how the fuck, like, the guy's being a dick to you at the restaurant, and you just forget your fucking wallet? Like, no, you don't. But later on in the movie, you come to find out he went back and killed the fuck out of them. Because the family is killers. They are not the good guys in this movie, which is what the twist was. So, if I had to sum this movie, like compare it to two other movies, Wicker Man, with the desolated island and not being welcomed at all, and Lowlifes from last year, which was awesome, which you should check out. It was on Tubi. I did a review about it. It definitely exceeded my expectations a lot. But I don't know. It needed it. Like, it needed that twist because, like I said, it was just so dry and boring. Because, I mean, up until that twist, you're like, oh, we've got another, like, oh, you're not wanted here. You need to go away. We're going to give you one warning. Okay, we're going to give you another warning and lick your face, and you're still not going to leave. Like, I'm sorry, but if I was on vacation or holiday And I went to some island with a bunch of creepy people, and they gave me a free get the fuck off of this island card. I would probably take it, like, just to avoid that. And then, even in my notes, I have written down, is this supposed to be a comedy? Because when the family turns, like, or you find out what they really are, that's when the movie kind of, like, introduces more legitimate humor, I guess. But the comedy and the horror just did not work until after the twist. And then it's not even like it knocked it out of the park. It was just okay from that point on. Very disappointed with how this one just the path that it took. So we'll move right on to rewatch, buy, and review. Would I watch this again? No. No, I would not. Would I buy it? No. What score am I going to give it? I'm going to give it a 4. I love Nick Frost. There were some funny moments towards the end, but I'm sorry, the first 2/3 of this movie for the most part was just dull and forgettable. And even the third act, it was better, but it's not saving anything. But that will do it for Getaway, guys. Make sure to comment down below your thoughts on the movie. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed yourself, and consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Until next time, have a good one. From the Crypt.